So once you've got a stencil printed on your paper, in this case we printed the key plate stencil on just a couple sheets of the edition paper. A more accurate way of registering then is what I call acetate proofing. Only we're not using a piece of acetate. We're actually using another type of film that we have here in the shop called Artex. Okay? And so in order to do what I'm going to do, I want to position first the paper about where it's going to go under the screen. Okay, I've got the film on there too. I don't necessarily need it on there yet for this. Okay, so if you kind of come in, you can see I'm positioning this where it is pretty close to where it's going to be in place. But I'm not trying to worry about making sure it's super accurate. That's what we're using the Artex for. Okay, so now I have the paper placed about where it's going to go. I'll prop up my screen. And that tells me where to put this then. So I want to put my Artex so that it is over the paper, but still leaving one edge, preferably the registration edge with the pins, out from underneath. Right? Typically, I like the pins opposite where I'm standing, although you could do a variation on this where you have the pins down here, right? And so then it's a little easier to kind of move the paper around. The negative part of that is that when you're printing, you have to be real careful you're not running over your pins when you're doing your print stroke. That's kind of why I like the pins at the top, because it's easier to avoid them. Okay? So now I've got that positioned where I want to tape this down really good. All right? Use kind of a nice long piece of tape. I can pull this up now. And because I'm on a vacuum table, I can even use the vacuum table to help assist by keeping this flat. So I'll turn the vacuum on and make sure it's engaged. That'll make sure the Artex is nice and flat. Okay? Which is what I want if I want accurate registration. Okay? So now we're going to print this stencil on the Artex.